Now, even if you stop the calculation with Adam and Eve, you're going to get a fantastically small number. To use the words that Dr. Craig has used before, improbability is multiplied by improbability until our minds are reeling in incomprehensible numbers. Well, Dr. Craig has a mind-reeling, incomprehensibly low probability, a priori probability, for existing. Yet here he is before us today. Now, modern versions of the argument from design, both the fine-tuning argument and the intelligent design argument, share this fatal flaw. They are based on the idea that natural causes can be ruled out by some arbitrary notion of low probability. Now, Dr. Craig also asks, why is there something rather than nothing? Why does the universe exist rather than nothing? Well, why should nothing be a more natural state than something? Why would you expect nothing rather than something? In fact, how could nothing even exist? If it existed, wouldn't it be something? And finally, why is there God rather than nothing? Dr. Craig doesn't answer those questions. Now, Dr. Craig also claims that the Big Bang confirms the biblical view of creation. But what does Genesis actually say? It says that the earth was created before the sun, moon, and stars. This is at odds with modern cosmology, which says that the earth did not form until 7 billion years. 6,000 years old. Here's a picture of a quasar. The light from this quasar left 12 billion years ago, billions and billions of years before the earth was even formed. Now, every one of the 1,000 or so religions in the world has a creation myth. Are more closely resembling to the modern cosmology than Genesis. Now, Dr. Craig calls upon our common sense, our inner feelings, to attest that morality is objective and so must come from God. The same morals, so there's no evidence for objective morality. But even if morality were objective, its source could be natural, an evolutionary process that aids in human survival and is built into our genes. I don't see how Dr. Craig has disproved that possibility. Now, Dr. Craig claims that the gospel stories for this outside the Bible. The story of the empty tomb is second and third hand, written years after the event from the oral testimony of supposed eyewitnesses. Paul did not even know about it, yet Paul regarded the resurrection as very important, yet he didn't know anything about the empty tomb. Furthermore, eyewitness testimony is notorious natural explanation that Dr. Craig seems to think most scholars don't believe, but I don't see how they know that. If you were to go to Napoleon's tomb in Paris one morning and found that his remains were not in their usual place of honor, would you conclude that Napoleon had risen bodily? Somebody took the body. Dr. Craig cannot prove that Jesus' body could not have been removed by somebody. So that remains a more plausible, natural explanation, and a supernatural explanation is not required by the data. On personal experience, Dr. Craig says that our personal experience should tell us that God exists. However, that's subjective, and not everyone shares that experience. So Plausible natural explanations exist for all phenomena in the universe. God is not required to explain the universe, and so Dr. Craig has not proved that God exists. And I'll stop at that point. Thank you.